Hey everybody, we're back with Game 4 of Storm8 versus Palantir.
Right, and if you haven't seen any of the matches yet, go back and go look at them because there will be spoilers coming up. So
yeah, I mean we're obviously going to spoil it as soon as we jump in the game.
Yeah,
watch them all.
Watch them all,
and then vote for us.
Absolutely,
absolutely correct.
So cool.
So yeah,
we're gonna jump right into the game.
Yes, let's do it. So here we have the blue Terran in the bottom right.
We have Palantir, China.
And in the bottom left on Nuremberg City, the red Terran,
Storm8, Phoenix.
Alright, so here we go. Both players building workers as usual, as expected. That is still the same in the expansion. We're playing on Heart of the Swarm here. And you still have to build SCVs as it turns out.
Yep. And,
also, I heard Reapers were good. But that might not be true anymore.
Well,
I don't really know.
I don't know. I don't play Terran, but as Protoss, I don't see Terrans build a lot of Reapers at me anymore.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we got patched on Tuesday, right?
Sure.
And then these matches were played on Sunday, so players barely had time to respond to the patch in the beta, in which siege tanks were buffed to not have to research siege mode, and Reapers were arguably nerfed. There's sort of some ground to argue there, but they're faster now. Still regenerate health, but they can't see up cliffs, and they don't get their bonus to light. So 2 Reapers are doing the damage of 1 Reaper, -1.
So it's really hard to take out workers with that one early Reaper.
And the reason for that was this matchup, TVT. Reapers were actually really strong in TVT.
Yeah.
Open Reapers on almost every map, excepting maybe Daybreak, where the cliffs are right there at the front. You could defend the cliffs on one base pretty easily. But they were just dominating Marines because they're so fast. And again, the regenerating health before medevacs means you just leave and come back with more death.
Yep.
So that's difficult.
So
but both players opening here. We do have one gas for Phoenix.
Pretty similar, except for the barracks coming a little bit later for China Derp.
Yep, because the gas was first for China Derp there.
So I wonder if he's even going to use
fast tech and likely Reapers.
Maybe, or I'm wondering if he's just going to go for factory right after that and
Could
like
be
skip Marines altogether. I mean, that's a pretty wide distance here between the two bases.
So either tell me what these players are playing for.
So Palantir is playing for the CIA Officers Memorial. So this charity actually takes care of the families of CIA officers.
Oh, okay. Ones that are lost in action. Gotcha.
That gave their lives in action.
Great.
Very, very honorable, very awesome charity. And
Storm8 is playing for Child's Play, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Child's Play, a really nifty charity. We are both Seattleites, and Child's Play is based on Penny Arcade, which is also out of Seattle, so that's pretty cool for us too. Storm8 is a company that makes games, so it only makes sense that their charity is also game related while they play video games.
The gamers give back is the mantra for Child's Play.
So we are some gamers giving back here.
Yeah,
China Derp hitting that scouting SCV on his way out with this Reaper. Phoenix should know exactly what's coming, and it looks like he's building... What is it? What'll
Reaper?
it be? Nothing. He's not going to build anything.
He's going to switch them out. He's probably going to switch them out.
Yeah, it looks like that's not for a Marauder, which was the typical response to the quick Reapers.
Wait, someone's building a Reaper. China Derp's building a Reaper.
Yeah, China Derp is continuing to build Reapers.
Did he get the memo about the new patch?
I don't know if he got the memo. I saw some people playing earlier that definitely did not. They were building their Reapers out of tech racks instead of the reactor racks that they had sitting right next to it.
Oh.
It made me a little sad. But, you know, it happens.
It's all good. Live and learn.
Yup. And so he does indeed switch that straight over there, get the siege tank, and you can see there is no siege upgrade, as pointed out in the last game. Going straight to Starport. So that should be a really quick attack from Phoenix. So,
So Phoenix is going for defensive siege tanks.
Interesting. So he canceled another quick siege tank and got a medevac, which means he may be looking to drop.
Oh, there. Here we go.
Meanwhile, these Reapers getting a couple kills in the back. 3 kills so far, 4
Instead
kills.
of sending 1, you gotta send 2 now because that's the amount of damage you do to workers.
Yep. And you can see he puts a little damage on those Marines, but then he'll have to get out. The Reapers do escape pretty much unscathed and start healing up immediately.
That's pretty annoying.
Bunch of jerks.
It's really annoying. How many workers did China Derp kill?
I think he got 3.
5.
Oh, he's got 5
well,
so far.
4 in that attack, so...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Because he did get the one.
That's pretty effective. That's still pretty effective. Okay, here we go. Phoenix is dropping.
Does
China Derp see this, though?
Oh, China Derp will see it immediately.
He sees it with the Banshee. Banshee's gonna fly back.
Banshee, yes. Oh, and there's the boost. Phoenix trying to get a lead on that Banshee. Doesn't want his tank to get sniped right away. Dropping the siege tank, going into siege mode. Marines on the wrong side of the Banshee. Banshee comes up. The siege tank is getting a great couple of shots off. 3 kills already.
Whoa.
Banshee.
And the Banshee
barely
gets repaired.
lives. Oh man.
But that's a ton of damage.
Yeah, that was a pretty good amount of damage.
That's a ton
but
of damage.
But it looks like China Derp retains all his units here. And let's check. 9 workers killed for Phoenix.
So
Phoenix, renowned cool. In he was for Storm8, correct? Derp, yeah. He's Phoenix renowned for his StarCraft ability.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He was voted by his teammates to be the most likely to die first in the zombie apocalypse. There's a certain story that we've been told about a black eye from a tree. But his siege tank drops just spectacular.
Definitely go talk to Phoenix about it. I'm sure he'll survive the zombie apocalypse really well. He'll tell you all his survival strategies.
Ether has faith.
I have faith in Phoenix.
Yeah, and that Banshee gets cleaned up pretty quickly by the Viking. Phoenix hitting a bit of a supply lock here.
So
and China Derp has this expansion and has had this expansion for a while. He's pretty even the harvester count, but with the second orbital.
Just like AHGL, his teammate China Derp is using Widow Mines to kind of zone out a good defensive perimeter. I think they've been exchanging ideas and they've been playing together pretty well.
And China Derp attacking with the Reapers again, not doing a lot of damage to buildings. The building attack was removed in Heart of the Swarm, but he'll get another SCV and all this mining time loss for Phoenix, who is already in a bad economic position.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Phoenix. He's already down 1 base, and he had to pull his SCVs for a good 20 seconds there. Yeah. That's a lot of mining time lost.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be an attack, remember? All that was loaded up in medevacs, and it was halfway across the map out here when he realized he needed to go defend his base, and he brought everything home, so this attack is sort of ruined. He has no real option for an expansion, and China Derp just looks like he's way ahead right now.
Right. I mean, being about 10 supply ahead, but his econ is just so good, building more production facilities.
He knows it's a drop. He doesn't want anything to do with those drops. Look at this.
It's like if there's a drop coming,
you get out.
And the Seeker missile will probably do a lot of damage to the medevacs. But
Seeker missile's pretty cool now.
Phoenix still not getting a second command center up. That is a little bit worrying.
Speaking of command centers, there's a third coming out for China Derp.
When you're ahead, getting more ahead, right?
He is definitely getting more ahead. And we can see this Reaper wall off.
Phoenix is like totally just trying to get a 1 base all-in play to work here.
He's trying to get this Doom drop going or something.
Only 2 medevacs full though. That third medevac just used for healing probably.
Yep. And with a Viking to buffer, he will get over the turret and knock 1 Widow Mine down, but the second one may give him some trouble.
All of that.
Oh! Just as China Derp removes 1 Widow Mine.
So Phoenix needs to do a lot of damage here.
Reaper's still hanging out.
Is getting more and more ahead. And here we go. Doom drop from Phoenix.
This is going to have to basically kill.
Make it or break it.
China Derp. The tank sieges. The Marines are now all unloaded. They do not have stim, which is
Widow Mine. China Derp's Widow Mine takes out Phoenix's.
Goes off in the tanks.
And great positioning by the Marines there, getting into the dead zone of siege tanks.
Yep.
But I think China Derp might have too much.
Yeah, this should be cleaned up pretty easily for China Derp. Oh, and even medevac.
Medevacs.
Boost does save 1 of them, but the other will probably, I mean, I guess it can get to the natural. Drop another Marine and leave.
Yeah, Phoenix sees. Oh, the Widow Mine's going to take out that medevac. Great positioning for Widow Mines here.
Yeah, what a
coming
cleanup.
out of China Derp.
So, but, I mean, I'm going to call that drop unsuccessful. It needed to be a lot more successful than it was.
He needed to take out like 30 SCVs, I think, for it to be successful.
And with no upgrades on the Marines, like no stim, no combat shields, it just makes them so weak in that attack. It looks like China Derp has a great lead right now, and continuing to expand that.
Up 20 supply, yeah. Taking no chances. He's not going to try to go attack and like lose his entire army and have to try to struggle and claw his way back into the game. He's just going to take a third, play it safe. Very, very good decision there. Oh, I take that back. He is going to try to
looks
attack.
Like he's trying to attack. Yeah. He's bringing the tanks.
What's the worst that could happen?
So Phoenix does have a second base now. He's way behind, though. 44 to 31 harvesters.
Right.
That's going to be a tough deficit to come back from.
But
in a mirror matchup.
But Phoenix does have, I mean, some defender's advantage right here because his rally is just so much closer.
Yep, it's true. And the mech army is very slow.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna have a defensive siege tank line set up, maybe even some widow mines if he has any of that. But he's
Phoenix abandoning his base for another drop.
But little does he know, China Derb has both watchtowers in the north and the south. He's gonna see absolutely everything that comes to his half of the map.
Yep.
And that is
he will see that.
So unfortunate for China Derp. He sees that drop. What is he going to do? Is he going to go attack?
Yeah, so it's all on China Derp now. He's seen the drop while Phoenix takes his third.
He might not have seen it.
Well, it was in vision at least.
It was in vision. He might have been busy doing something else.
But it looks like China Derp's just in.
But
he's ready to go.
I don't think it matters. I think China Derp at this point just has too much.
He should be able to defend with the tanks and mines and everything. I mean, he's got extra mines at home. This mine will definitely go off.
Oh, and
meanwhile, he's hitting the front here
to defend against that drop. And meanwhile, sieging up all his tanks. Okay, that's
boom.
Wow.
One medevac already down. Siege tank sieging up now. Widow mines have gone off and taken out most of the Marines.
Oh, this is so well defended there by China Derp. And shutting down Phoenix's natural and third. This is
Derp just barely out of siege range here.
Yeah, this is a great position for China Derp to be in. I mean, Phoenix only has like 2 siege tanks and another 2 incoming, so I don't know. Oh. China Derp's so ahead.
China Derp. What are you doing, man?
He's like
careful with that
blasting on his blasting on his own.
It hurt somebody with that.
But wow, comfortable 70 supply lead.
Phoenix is like, yeah, whatever. I'll just keep expanding. It's fine.
I'll just build SCVs in my third.
It's fine. Macro, macro, macro.
Talk about expanding right under your opponent's nose. Oh, it's getting under siege though.
Yep, it is actually under attack now from the last siege tank. As the Raven moves into position to give it sight. One Banshee! One Banshee!
But that secret
in a war against China Derp, one Banshee stands alone!
And in response, China Derp unsieges all the siege tanks and moves them away.
But you know, there's a turret.
Planetary.
This is so funny right now.
China Derp, he needs more gases. He's up on minerals, but has no gas.
Yeah, I think that the pulling workers and everything has left him without gas at the natural. Not really setting up gas at the third yet. He is getting gas at his main and adding on some racks, I suppose.
Well, might as well do a mineral dump in Marines.
Oh, and the Banshee raked over the coals of one turret.
I think Phoenix has enough siege tanks here to hold a pretty good defensive line.
Yeah.
That would cover his natural. Down. Yeah.
Banshee gets another kill, knocking out that last Marine that was hanging around. But again, China Derp in a really solid position, building some command centers here. Has that siege up outside his opponent's base. Not really in any danger right now. There are no crazy doom drops happening, and if they are, they get nailed by these mines. They're so good against medevacs.
Pulling back all his forces though. I wonder what he's thinking.
He's a big fan of that Kevlar head.
Yeah.
I mentioned that earlier. That's just what he's all about.
You'll never know in TVT.
I guess not. He clearly subscribes to your theories there. Cloak. Interesting. Despite the Raven, Phoenix getting Cloak. China Derp just taking a look at what his red opponent has out front. And it's not a lot, but the siege tanks are going to cover him for now, and the Marines do have stim and +1.
Yeah, but China Derp needs to do something. Phoenix is slowly getting his supply back up. I mean,
yep.
You don't want your opponent to get to a point where defensively he's so strong he can just like hold off.
Right.
Hold out in your arm.
You don't want to have one of those games where you feel like you had it all and you just threw it all away.
Yeah, because you weren't aggressive enough.
Right.
And here we go. Battle of the siege tanks.
The siege tanks have been taken out. One
there
Banshee will go in.
And that's the cue for China Derp to move the rest of the siege tanks in, inching forward that siege line. What can Phoenix do at this point?
No vision.
He's 80 supply behind.
Oh, looks like Phoenix is just going to pull SCVs and go for breaking the siege at this point. He has all his workers pulled down.
He's going to go all in. He's going to float his Raxus for vision and go all in.
That's as all in as you can be when you bring the barracks.
Do it, Phoenix.
Oh, he's bringing it to front for the Banshee.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, but everything's clumped and dies so hard to the tanks.
Wow, everything blows up. Phoenix charging straight into the siege tank line there.
And China Derp just massacres all of Phoenix's units.
Did not work
pushes
out
up into
so
the natural,
well.
And there's nothing left here for Phoenix.
Yep.
It looks like
no more minerals in the main. His natural's getting taken out, so I think Phoenix might just have to tap out here.
Yeah, and Palantir seems to be taking this match. There's no counter drop. This Marine is still patrolling a base that was never taken. And China Derp pushing up into the main here with nothing really to defend for Phoenix.
Yep.
Phoenix fighting to the last breath, but it won't be enough either.
It would not.
It won't be enough.
Today, it seems like Palantir would be able to take the games without going into the ace match.
And the families of CIA agents are one step closer to that check as Palantir takes the match 3-1.
GG. Great games there. Great display of different new technologies.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of hot stuff kind of demoed there.
I mean, we got to see some really cool Reaper play. 2 Reapers can still be effective, right?
Yeah, and you can still do something. They're about what 1 Reaper used to be.
Right, so that's pretty good.
Against light, I should say.
Yeah.
Because they used to be 4+5, I believe, and now they're just 4.
And I'm noticing a little theme here with AHGL and China Derp's play. I mean, they really use the Widow Mines defensively and the siege tanks defensively to try to zone out and get like a good defensive line to cover 3 bases or even more.
They're great for turtling up, and then they're also great when you push out to sort of remove an area or make it really dangerous to pass through that area, retreat, etc. And they cover medevacs exceptionally well.
That might be what Terra needs to get that mech army up. So David Kim might actually know what he's doing.
Maybe there was a good idea.
Maybe it was a good idea.
Hey. All right. Well, that's been our cast of Storm versus Palantir. Palantir takes it 3-1.
Congratulations, Palantir. Yeah.
Yep. And good job to both teams. We will see you guys next week. That's been it. For more, visit afterhoursgaming.tv. There will be more casts, more games, all the player bios, all the team photos, information. Everybody's got cool like question and answer bits on their bio.
And all the charities that they're playing for. And
yeah, check it out.
Yeah, and special thanks to Day9 and his crew for making this league happen, and Red Bull Gaming for sponsoring the AHGL. Absolutely. So this is today's show.
Yep. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm KingNothing,
and I'm Ether.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.